Beautiful. Welcome to installment number 4 of basically what my entire live streaming presence on YouTube has been since I've been live streaming. So this is just the fourth in a series of live streams I like to do specifically with Mike Pence, where we just chat on and joke about and have fun. Happy Dingus Day, by the way. Hope everybody had a good Easter. Dingus Day is today. Very important in my Polish heritage. I'm feeling like I'm pulling a Jordan right now and making this unnecessarily about my heritage. But I'm curious, Mike Pence, who's on the call with me right now. Do you know what Dingus Day is?
You called me a dingus when you texted me to hurry up.
I
So
did. That
I'm
was a
I'm assuming
segue.
that it's probably something very derogatory, inflammatory, mean, sexist, racist,
Uh,
homophobic, all of
oh,
that.
well, I was gonna say actually no, but then I was gonna describe to you what the customs are, and I don't know if you're gonna believe me if I tell you, but like it's basically just the Polish, it's like a Polish just drinking holiday, celebrates the end of Lent and the Easter season. The custom is for it varies depending on region, but the Americanized version of it, as far as I can understand, is men who want to be extra flirty and let a woman know that they like them or have a crush on them are to show that on Dingus Day by covering them with water, throwing water all over them, via a squirt
That
gun
sounds like
or a bucket of water or a hose. Just throw water on them. That's great, right? Now, in that scenario, if the woman reciprocates the feeling and feels the same about the gentleman and would like to make that known, she whacks him with a pussy willow stick, like very hard in the butt or in the face. Uh, I'm not making this up. This is all verifiably real, and you can look it up. Sprinkle cakes. That's right. That's the original Polish name of the holiday. And now in America, they just call it Dingus Day. In Buffalo, especially, it's a pretty big deal. So yeah. So this is me dumping my load onto my viewers and listeners right now. Please let me soak over you the moisture that Heisenberg White wants to share with you and his love. And I'm hoping that the rest of you in response will hit that like and subscribe button as aggressively as possible with some pussy willow sticks in order to return that love and affection. All right, Mike Pence, do you believe anything that I just said, or do you think that sounds all made up?
no, I feel like I've heard that briefly, like somehow that just kind of sounds vaguely familiar. I know, like, there's like other countries do some weird shit too, where they like just drag the woman out of the house and just run her. Yeah, I think it's like some weird Eastern Euro country where they just like literally kidnap the woman, and then the family's like celebrating as the girl's like screaming as Petrovich
Woo!
like pulls her out of the house.
Yeah. Well, I imagine there are some people out there who would like to learn more about this. I'm not going to take any time to further educate them because that's not what they're here for. They could learn that. They can look that shit up themselves.
I'm
What they're
not
really here
interested in
for.
getting any further
They're they want
into
people.
Dingus.
This is I imagine if you were to choose how to spend an evening and you could spend it huffing paint thinner or listening and watching the Heisenberg White Mike Pence live stream, it's probably pretty similar to that in terms of like how many of your brain cells will survive afterwards. But you'll have fun doing it at least. Uh, I don't recommend doing it more than once. But to each their own. So we shake it up. We talk about a couple of different guys at a time. Usually no particular order, no reason. Sometimes if anybody's got a really special request, they got a guy they want us to look at, all they have to do is let us know in the comments. If you really want to move it to the head of the queue, you can go ahead and follow the Streamlabs link in the description and send us a message that will be announced and read on stream. By the way, I do feel like I should address the recent outing and allegation by Joey's TCAP channel. I want to confirm that, yes, the allegations are true. I have sent many people and friends lots and lots of pictures of Harriet, unprompted, uh, regardless of their age or gender or orientation. They got Harriet pictures from me, and I'd like to say I'm sorry. I have no plans to stop that behavior. In fact, I probably am going to accelerate it and do it a lot more now that I know that the truth is out there and I've been canceled, so I have nothing left to lose. So,
Well,
thank you.
why'd you apologize?
I don't know.
What's there to
That's what you
apologize
do. That's what
for?
YouTube is for. Yeah, who's there to apologize to? It's all cyber. It's just YouTube. I need to perfect the art of the YouTube apology video. Where are your hairy pictures? Sprinkle cake. First off, it's a great question. I wonder if I can just open a folder of Harriet pictures right now. We'll save that for when y'all earn the Harriet pictures. If not, maybe at some point I'll finally get back on camera after a while. I know I've been off camera for a while. That's probably why people are actually tuning into these things. I'll get back on. I'll have Harriet sitting with me. She sits with me while I do almost all my live streams. She's sitting in front of the mic right now. Just
Oh,
so she's like,
yeah,
my God.
we haven't turned our webcams on in a while.
What would be a good occasion to do that? What's coming up? 420. The marijuana just legalized in New York, by the way, completely recreationally. Cinco de Mayo might be fun. We could have some. We could dress up.
Culture appropriation.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could dress up, but in our regular normal clothes because we're not trying to appropriate the Mexican culture. That would be insensitive. For those of you that thought we were gonna wear sombreros and little mustaches and drink tequila, how dare you? First off,
I was gonna dress up like a drunk Irish person on Cinco de Mayo.
like a leprechaun,
A leprechaun,
just
kicking
so
ass.
lost. Like, what is going on?
And then like on St. Patty's Day, I should have dressed up like it was Cinco de Mayo.
That's hilarious. That's great. Let's do that.
So edgy, five me. I'm so edgy,
Uh,
like counterculture.
what would even be like another like thing you could do? It's like I mean, Halloween costume could be anything at any time, but I think the leprechaun on Cinco de Mayo is the funniest thing I've heard in a while. That's great. Webcam for Dingus Day. I don't have any water or pussy willows. I would be letting you all down. I'm not dressed for the occasion. Sorry. I don't want to waste any more time. We got to get into this dude, but first I want to do some shout outs in the chat. Eddie Schmetty was here nice and early. What's going on, Eddie? Sprinkle Cake. Love Sprinkle Cake. She's awesome. Evil little McNuggets. Leif Erikson Day. That's one we should look into. Hinga dinga durgan. I would like to you all right, see now people are lining up for the unsolicited Harriet picks. That's just like you can't ask for them. They have to be forced on you whether you want them or not. But I promise, a dump will become. That's it. That's what I need, a Jordan style dump Google Drive of all the photos that people have been sent of Harriet from me, and they can all, they can collaborate and do that work for me. That, or I'll just start putting more Harriet imagery and incorporating it into my live streams. John Smelly. That's John Kennelly, but John Smith, what's up? You came to get something to eat. John Smelly.
I haven't heard that one before.
Matt, hey girl. I feel like I've seen John Smelly, but I don't know. April, figured you disapprove. The hum of an AC soothing. I agree. I just tweeted, I swear to God, and you can agree with me. I don't know. I tweet just random bullshit. It's nothing about anything. But I was just thinking about how the weather's changing and the various places I've lived in. And I said the best sleep that a person can get is during a really hot, sticky, humid summer night in a small room with a window AC unit on, like operating at like full blast. Like, it's so loud and it's so powerful. You got that thing set to like 60 degrees that you could like see your breath almost in the room. It's so cold, but you step out into the hall like in the middle of the night or something, and it's just hot and humid. You just get back in. Oh God.
That's what I was talking to my buddy about yesterday when I was fishing. We're talking about how like it needs to be cold. I can't have a hot room because it's just like I'll sweat.
I agree.
I'll sweat so bad.
I know some people in my life that like to wear full set of pajamas and, have it hot. And no, I prefer to have lots and lots of blankets, right? But also the air needs to be cold. Like window open. Like I have central air now where I live, but I'm kind of going to miss the AC unit because I would put it in my room like 3 feet from my bed and just crank it and just wake up and just be so cold. Just, oh, yes.
I could try to.
I hear some people are commenting and saying they really like our impressions of the Predators. I think we do pretty good impressions. I like when we do our really good impressions where we're like, "Hi, I'm Jeff Stacy, and I'm here to meet you. I'd like to
Hello,
blank you right away."
I am Jeffrey Stacy with friends that partake in drugs. They informed
Yeah.
me that
I heard
internet
through the
users
grapevine. Yeah.
must provide
Proof
badges
of
of
ID.
law
Or
enforcement.
ID. Yes. Shall we go upstairs? Shall I blank you right away? Yes.
Shall I blank you right away?
Today we're starting with John Elliott, the bald beaver hunter. Since his time in the show and in prison, he underwent quite a transformation. He grew all of his hair back, gained about 50 pounds of pure muscle. He got a really great tan. Made a handsome sum of money in the stock market, and now lives retired in Miami with a couple of beautiful babes. None of that's true. That's all a lie. If anything, he's just gotten older and fatter and balder and just sadder. I don't know.
Well, I think his wife passed away.
Ouch. Joined his brother.
I think.
Is that too dark?
Jeez. Heisenberg. I don't know.
It's him who deserves to be 6 feet under, not her.
Not her. I was just trying to be. My brother was such a wonderful man. I'm just a piece of crap.
Talking about, do I have pictures of modern day John Elliott? No, I do not. I mean, not queued up. I don't know if they exist, but would anybody even really want to see that?
I mean, the ones that I've seen, he looks the same. There's no difference, just older, but not
they're all older. Yeah, sorry.
But the pictures that I've seen that are past TCAP, it's basically him, but just a little grayer, but not rough looking, but just he had aged, but nothing extreme like some of the Predators, but nothing really be gosh, you're older.
Gosh, you're pretty. You have any comments about this gentleman? Anything in particular you're looking forward to?
Oh, Sprinkle Cake. Sprinkle Cake asks if I do a good downhouer. I don't think I do. You know who does probably the best downhouer is Mike V. He does the greatest. Just the sad passing of Stanley Kendall. I wrote him a song. Do 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 do. I can't. I'm basically doing the Mike V impression.
Here, this is me. This is gonna be all right. This is me as Mike V doing Nathan Downhauer reading the opening to the B movie. Okay. According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees do not care what humans think is impossible. Did you see the bee movie? Jerry Seinfeld is absolutely hilarious.
Fantasies dreamed up are hard to fly in the bee movie. Just it's Nathan Downhauer drunk talking about fantasy.
He tries to think that he's a real cinephile in addition to other types of files that he is. And he's he knows cinema really well. He thinks he's a movie buff, but all of his favorite movies are what we were talking about in the stream last epic movie and Meet the Spartans and shit.
Yeah.
the B movies, he's the funniest piece of comedy filmmaking I have ever seen. He watches Jim Carrey and Liar Liar and goes, the performance of a lifetime.
Performance of a lifetime. He's the master of disguise, Dana Carvey, the greatest piece of literature or art I've ever seen.
He doesn't even like it ironically, he genuinely finds it funny.
Turtle.
Yes. Do you know that there's a great backstory behind that movie and that scene?
I know.
I know we're wasting so much time before we get into it, but hold on. Let's see if I can find. Okay. This is verifiable on IMDb. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The scene at the Turtle Club happened to be filming on September 11th, 2001.
Oh my god.
When word of the terrorist attack reached the set, the cast and crew observed a moment of silence. Now back to the Turtle Club. It's like the biggest like abomination in comedy cinema. Just especially it's just man makes funny face for like 10 minutes.
So
and they're
like when
oh,
they were filming it, and then they found out about 9/11, and then they're like moment of silence, and then they were like moment of silence over. It ended the moment of silence with Dana Carvey saying "turtle, turtle," and everyone was like.
Remember that happened early in the morning too. Like most of the 9/11 shit happened like pretty early. So they were doing like that scene like the whole day film, and just would like be like, oh god, another like one of the towers fell. Oh my god. Anyway, can we take it? Can we get that turtle one more time? Can we get the turtle makeup touched up one more time right before? God, that's got to be the weirdest day anybody has ever had at work. Like what?
Especially
should we leave? Like, no, this is too important to stop. America needs the Turtle Club more than ever.
This movie's going to make so much money.
We are going to unify the nations with Master of Disguise.
We will end terrorism for once and all with this movie.
It's like an hour long. It's not even that long of a movie. Do you know that?
I literally never saw it because it looked like a piece of shit.
I think I saw it once, like when it came out, maybe, and I was a child by then. So
never mind.
Speaking of guys that look like turtles, that's pretty good, huh? That's a pretty good roundabout segue to bring it back to John Elliott. He kind of looks like a turtle, the type of turtle you would find at an island, maybe Galapagos Island. He's got that Mitch McConnell like turtleness feature to him.
He does. I agree.
Okay, out of the vehicle.
It's the glasses, probably.
Hey, come on.
I mean, the man just exudes sex. I mean, just an absolute sexual icon. How Casey was even able to control herself here. And this 140p footage only does him more justice.
I don't think
blocky curves in all the right places.
We're talking over each other. I'm sorry. I was saying, if there's any females in this stream, I really hope that you guys can contain yourself with John Wesley Elliott. I think every girl's fantasy was to be Casey in this moment growing up. Like, wow, I really wish I could have been that close to John Wesley Elliott.
If he wears that windbreaker, I don't think I'm going to be able to control myself.
You know? That's true.
Wore his nicest like polo shirt, I think, too. The buttons and shit.
Just so musty looking.
Well, right now he's just a pile of gray and black pixels, but we'll get a good look at him here.
Walking into our undercover house is 39-year-old John Elliott, a factory worker for a window company. He's driven 2.5 hours.
This is the type of guy to get involved with and volunteer for like a little league baseball organization, but doesn't have any kids in the team or the league.
He's the one. He's like he works the.
Just a fan, yeah, just a fan of the sport. You know, just like like the little league community. You know, I spend most of my summers here. Oh, well, what team is your kid on? It's like, I don't have any kids.
I don't have any. Gosh, I don't have any kids. I just like baseball.
He's talking to the other parent. Like, could you believe they pulled Dylan? He was finally getting into his groove. Like, I'm sorry, who are you? What?
Well, I just found this game off of a guy off the internet. He just told me there were little league games going on.
What was that? What was that call, ref? That's bullshit. I'm just happy to be here. I don't really care.
Hours to meet a girl who told him she
just
was
baseball, nothing bad.
It's after one.
I didn't think it was that bad on just The Orioles.
The Orioles.
1 o'clock in the morning.
I was just watching some TV.
Can anybody? I mean, is Kentucky in October jacket weather? Nobody else wears a jacket in this investigation.
I mean, it can be.
It's just Lauren in his shorts and t-shirt, you know.
I mean, because he drove like a couple hours, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He was yeah. I mean, it can be kind of chilly. I mean, I've been in Kentucky in October, and yeah.
By the way, this guy is gonna come off as, I mean, just as goofy and shameful and sad as all the other guys. His chat is a little less graphic than some of the others in this investigation, but he is among the worst. He had verifiable CP on his computer and on his hard drive, so do not feel any sympathy for this guy. Let's fucking, I don't care how handsome he is. I don't care how devilishly good looking this man is. Do not let him entrap you with those beautiful eyes. You know, he's a dangerous man. Okay.
He is. He is very dangerous. What's wrong?
I don't know. I usually am really good at coming up on the spot with these, like, he's the type of guy comments, but I'm sure they'll come to me here. Let's see.
He's the type of guy that like was fully clothed when he goes to sleep and wears socks to bed.
Do you ever see an ad for like those like specialized barbershops for men where they got like hot babes cutting your, this like Lady Jane's or something like that? Like he would never have the balls enough to go to like a real strip club. He'd go to like a Hooters or something, you know, and like just giggle.
The wings. Gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're like, what kind of sauce do you want? Oh, I don't know. Just something off the menu.
Hot like you. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think. Ooh. You got me these wings. I didn't think it could get any hotter in here. And then you walk in the door and. It's like, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
You can leave.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Your titties. Gosh, your titties.
Here's your chicken tenders, sir. Gosh, your tendies.
Gosh, your tendies. He goes to Hooters
every day. You're like, oh, I only come when Veronica's working. Would never miss lunch. You know, he just every day goes and orders to send just to harass.
He's the one that takes pictures with them and then does like the hover hand.
That's great. That's excellent. And then gets really upset when she gets like they actually form like a sort of like a casual friendship, and then she's like, "Oh, what are you doing this weekend?" And he goes, "Oh, you know, just the same old, just hanging out with my wife." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna go hang out with my boyfriend." And he goes, "What?" You know, like, what? You have a boyfriend? What the hell?
Oh, you have a boyfriend? It's like, aren't you married?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I just want to, just like to get out of the house. I don't really do much.
It's just wrong that she lied to me.
She lied to me.
Hey, come sit down.
All right.
We've hired this 19-year-old.
John's the type of guy to get into Harry Potter at like 45. And like years after it was popular. Like as a grown at like in the reading section of the library, in the young adult section, there's like, 8, 9-year-old kids there, and he's there with his Harry Potter book. And you go, oh my gosh, this is wow.
Gosh, Harry Potter. So fantasy.
Oh, finally, a protagonist with glasses.
Old actress Casey to be our decoy. Elliot seems to think she's the 12-year-old
a waifu pillow sprinkle cake. That's great. I think that would have been before his time, but man, I can just imagine him like the post release from prison, like separation and isolation and depression and just being so down on himself, and finally he somehow sees like an ad for body pillows and he goes, oh my gosh, you're fluffy.
Gosh, you're so quiet.
God, Mike Pence, you do that so well. I hate it. I don't. How does one whisper loudly? That's crazy that you can do that.
I think it's like my allergies right now, because like all day long I was talking to my coworkers and like my throat just was so dry, and then now I'm just like I don't know. It's just a combination. I wish I could train my voice to do that.
Gosh. I mean, these allergies, this pollen gets bad enough, you're going to start unironically sounding like Jeff Stacy. And
Yeah.
I'm no druggie, but you should take a Claritin for that.
I actually looking right at Claritin right now.
That's good. You should take it.
Been chatting with online for the past month, using a screen name so.
Oh, good lord. He's so hot.
I love his picture that they have on the website on Perverted Justice for him. It's just like
I mean, think of like every social. I mean, think of you got Tinder, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. There's nowhere where this picture would fit in or be acceptable. I can't think of any scenario, any social media platform, anywhere where anybody would want to see this picture. And it's just where is his shirt? Why does he look sad and ugly?
And while smiling, like
Yeah.
we only see his shoulders, but like we know he's naked. We know he's naked.
Take it
He
you
just
like to
looks
be
naked.
nude. Yeah.
Like he definitely doesn't have pants or anything on. Like just looking at him, I just feel the nakedness. That sounds really good, right?
Are you truly naked with glasses? Like, do you feel like you
Yeah.
need to have everything, or like, do you think that doesn't even really matter?
Because John can't see without him, so he needs to. He would be.
You took them off, he'd go, gosh, you're blurry.
Gosh, you're blurry. No, have you seen the picture here? I'm gonna alt be in there.
The leopard
This is-
skin curtain. Yeah, what's going on?
This is the picture. I'm gonna send you the link in Skype. But this is the picture they have up on Perverted Justice, like for him, and it's like it's worse than this. Like it's.
Is it meant
worse.
to be like him back then? Or him now? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh! What is... Yeah, naked again. 12-year-old girl dreaming of fairies. Good lord. Oh my god.
That's that's the pinnacle.
He'd be like taking his 12-year-old date to see Twilight in theaters, and she'd be like, all right, this is kind of boring, let's go. And he's like, no, my gosh. Oh, Edward, no. like he's getting way too into it.
No.
You're
can't
making a
leave.
mistake. Yeah. He's a vampire.
He's a vampire.
Oh, he used to be like really into UFOs and stuff, right? Yeah. Dude.
Was he?
Yeah, you hear it in the investigation with Catherine. She's like, what do you do on your computer all the time? He's like, oh, I look up like, alien, like UFO stuff.
It's even weirder.
Get this fucking thing up. Yeah, right? It's like, oh, in between the chatting with the minor and the child pornography, I like to, look up alien conspiracy theories because I'm a really smart, cool guy.
I'm really into.
Dude, you are an alien. There's no way that you're a descendant from any sort of human being. You share caveman DNA, and maybe that's it. Somebody frozen in a block of ice for 1,000 years came out and banged your mom, and then you were born. And just left out all the other parts of the DNA that evolved.
I just found it. He's like, I just found the UFO off the caller for the internet.
He's the type of guy that would never be able to eat anything dry without getting crumbs like just all over him. That's why he's like naked all the time. He just get food all over himself.
He just has like food in his nip hair.
Just goldfish or crackers or pretzels, just whatever he was eating would always just crumbs all over the place.
Oh, I just got it from an alien off the internet while he was probing me.
Frog poop. It's like he had like a tan line of a goatee, and it's now like finally disappearing. Like it's more shade, like tone of skin than hair at this point. He's so gross. Who isn't on this show, right? But I don't know. He's just gross. By the way, a screen name so disturbing they couldn't air it. Anybody know what it was?
Bald Beaver Hunter.
That's it.
Then he said, it's funny how he says with Catherine, he's like, it wasn't meant to be, someone younger. It's like, yes, it was.
Hard to believe it meant anything else, Mr. Why didn't you write 18 up, Bald Beaver Hunter, only single women, also I'm married, also, I'm just looking for a casual relationship, but also am kind of, into, some sexual stuff, but also you need to have a shaved pussy. Was that username too long?
He was actually looking for aliens. He thought she was an alien.
You just blew my mind. Oh my God. Perverted Justice he was the decoy. He was pursuing them. He pulled the Uno reverse card. Fuck. Oh my God. If you told me that somebody from Dateline or Perverted Justice was an alien, I would go, I am 100% sure that you're mistaken. But if you said that Dell was an alien, I would be like, I'm 95% sure you're mistaken. There is I'm willing to hear you out. I believe Dell may be from another planet. She does seem to not understand the human concept of banisters.
She doesn't understand banisters or
she's not used to gravity.
Taking hats off for strangers.
Yeah, that's what's hiding under her hat is all of her alien brain goo.
It's either aliens or lizard people.
Two totally different ballparks. I can't. You got to be in one camp or the other. Oh wait, hold on. Do you guys want to hear a great theory about reality that somebody just commented on a comment I left? You'll know who I'm talking about. How's this sound? Tell me if this is true. I said we live in a society. It's true. That's what I said. That's all I said. And somebody responded, we live, in quotes, in a collection with weirdly uppercase in the middle of the sentence type of word. All right, well, anyway, we live, in quotes, in a collection of observable quantum bubbles that exist on different light spectrums across multiple space/time domains. Expand your scope and you might, quote unquote, see more of it. High and low pass filters limit the perspective that show the true source of our light. Anyone, the number one, with any intelligence these days knows that you live in a simulation, a clone image of a broken reality. Would you agree? This is going to sound crazy, but he got it exactly right, down to every detail. Wow.
I feel like you're gonna get like emails and messages like 4 a.m. with just like weird, crazy like videos and messages just like this.
I'm very confident that the person that left that comment isn't watching this stream or is even you need a screenshot. I'm not kidding. I'll screenshot. But I'm very confident they're not watching me. But I am trying to infiltrate their cult. I want to learn more and possibly join it. Not really. They're fucking crazy people.
Basically, Heisenberg wants to join the Branch Davidians or Charles Manson family.
See, I wouldn't join. I would be more interested in starting one, to be honest. We can start a cult. Do you want to?
We already are. This is a cult, essentially. This is a cult of people that obsess over perverts.
Yeah, I mean, we could start. Coming up with some gods or something, or belief system, commandments. Yeah, like you can't be a part of the cult if you're subscribed to Mike Pence. You have to unsubscribe. That's rule number 1. As long as Mike Pence is unbanned from YouTube, then humanity cannot reach salvation. So
Well, my religion is Jim Roush, so that's just my religion.
The one true God. Thank you. Yeah. I only believe in the one true God, Jim Roush.
I'm not religious, but I do drink.
He tells the decoy about his fantasy of being with a young girl.
You were asking me about what I was daydreaming about. Well, that's it.
Hey, that's what I was thinking about Mike Pence earlier. Here's a screenshot,
Yeah.
by the way. I encourage you all to not engage. Though I'm not gonna list their channel. Oh, it's right there. But
It's right
yeah,
there.
if you want to go do a little exploring, it's interesting. It's all just complete insane nonsense. Oh yeah, no, yeah, this guy is completely unhinged. He's like a former, he's got like a criminal record and like multiple restraining orders, and he likes to communicate through waving his fingers through music, through copyrighted music. Maybe I'm the idiot. There's more people with common sense these days will tell you. See, the problem with this theory, though, is that if this is a simulation and we're all fake and none of this is real, then he is fake and he is not real and none of this matters, and everything that he believes he understands about the universe is fake and is not true because it's not real.
No, you're just part of the deep state.
Well, I don't know how you could say that because I don't find that funny at all. My mother was murdered by the lizard people, and you know that. So how dare you?
Jim Roush's deep state.
They literally clawed her and laid eggs in her brain, and now she's part of the lizard people.
Well, she was born again.
Are we lizard people or aliens, or is it a simulation of reality, or is none of this real and we go back to the turtle dream theory? Either way, we're going to sit and listen to Elliot talk about what he was jacking off to earlier.
Nude and me licking you.
Boy, he loves that tongue. Who's the real talented tongue on this show, huh? Like to see this man go head-to-head with Rick's
Corey Edgar.
Yeah. I'd like to see them kiss each other. I would like to see them make out with each other. In a non-ironic, funny, in a very hypersexualized fantasy way. Yes. Those are my two dream men. Yes.
Gosh, you're Corey.
He continues to chat with the decoy about his fixation with giving her oral sex and adds that as he's talking to her...
Have you ever known a person, a friend or partner who had a very specific fixation and obsession with one particular aspect of sex? I love getting hand jobs, nothing else, just that. That's the only thing I'm into.
I don't know. I don't think so.
There are people that have like fetishes and are like, more into certain things, but I don't think I've ever known anybody who's like, it's just the one.
I've heard stories.
It's just the one thing.
I've heard stories.
I'm sure.
I have friends that are into some pretty. I have friends that are into some pretty, like, graphic things that I had to stop being told those stories because they were making me very uncomfortable.
And,
like
if they were listening right now and they had to comment on what you just said, they would say, "I was joking."
I was joking. I have a tendency to be funny and just tell jokes to my friends, and I go into graphic detail. But then I take my friends out for hamburgers because that's the one thing I like about having sex. Is go for a hamburger.
Sprinkle cake. That is quite the anecdote. Knew a person that insisted on being pegged, a gentleman, I assume, and without getting too graphic, it didn't end well for him, I guess. But that's weird. I had a rumor floated around amongst like some of my friends that I graduated with, like way after we graduate. Like somebody was like, "Oh, did you hear like so and so's dating this guy that really likes to be pegged?" And we're like, "Oh," like it was a total stranger who was dating. They were. I was like, "Oh, well, that's not really any of our business. I guess that's kind of funny." I guess. And they're like, "No, but here's the crazy part. Like 2 or 3 of our friends like came out to the girl like afterward and said like, 'Hey, by the way, I'm really into that shit too.'" I'm like, "Oh, what? Oh,
Being pegged.
what?" Yeah. They're like, "Why did you feel the need?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, just so you know, I'm also into that too." Winky face, like, well, now's not really the time or the person to tell that to. It's like, why am I even hearing about this? God.
I don't. Yeah, that's each to each their own. But that's not a thing for me. That's not gonna ever be anything.
Every time I hear the word peg, I think of the game Peggle. I used to play a lot as a kid.
When I hear the word peg, all I can think about is like very
Peggy
like
Hill from
like
King of the Hill.
like just soy boys, just like soy boys that like are like male, like this male feminist just equals peg in my head.
You know what? I will say with truth and honesty, I have never been in that position. But maybe they're onto something. Who knows? Maybe we're the fools and we're missing out on something great. Who knows? Who's to say?
I said Branch David. I said Branch Davidens sprinkle cake. I said Branch Davidens.
Anybody want to pay enough to peg Heisenberg? The going rate right now is $1,000. I'll do it too. $2,000 and I'll peg you.
Sprinkle cake definitely does pegging. She pegs.
$20. I'll peg Mike Pence on camera.
I have to pay him. I have to pay him $20.
Who? All right. Can somebody open up an Excel spreadsheet and break down the prices of who's going to be pegged by who so I don't lose track of this? I need the price fixed. I need everything to be fixed. Clear guide. There's an exchange of pegging. It's like peg coin. That's a new digital currency. 1 peg coin equals 1 pegging. Okay. Right. Somebody want to draft the numbers up on this?
I think someone actually honestly asked me. They're like, "Will you ever let me peg you?" I'm like, "No, no."
I don't think I've never known anybody or have been dating anybody who would have enjoyed that. And even if I did, I wouldn't believe them. I'd be like, "Are you just saying that just to offer it?" Because like, why would you enjoy that at all? That doesn't sound fun for anybody.
It's a power thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like dominating a man when like the man's supposed to be alpha, but then like the man's like, "Yes, give it to me harder because women have been oppressed for so many years. I deserve it because I'm a male." Ooh!
God, if
Sorry.
that's actually what you sound like when you make love, that sounds hot. I hope
don't-
that's how you actually talk. I hope that you say that exact line whenever you're about to climax.
Well,
I'm gonna be
like I
oppressed for
said,
so many years. Woo!
well, thankfully, Mike Pence keeps himself pure and innocent, so
Virgin.
I've never had
Virgin.
to. Mike Pence is a very holy Christian man, so he's gonna wait. He's saving his lips till marriage.
I would like the chat to weigh in on the pegging conversation. I want to take up as much time as possible, derail the conversation. I want Siri was listening to me. She's about to come up with, here's 10 results for pegging. Now, I want people to, I want more people here discussing pegging than anything that we're talking about in the video at all. But just for the stream's sake, I will continue the video real quick.
He's nude and thinking bad thoughts.
He's like, great screenshots to love, like an episode of King of the Hill where where Hank and Peggy are in bed and she's like, "You ever wonder why they call me Peggy?"
And then he called me Peggy.
He's like, "Oh God,
Hank, do you want to know why they call me Peggy?
somebody
Damn
it's
it,
loading.
Peggy, I don't want to know."
Just making sure we're still live. Yeah.
Mm.
Just
Yeah.
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 Unfortunately, yeah. So back to pegging.
I just never thought I would openly tell
Are
it.
you gonna ban people for? No, this is a peg free. This is a pro. We are pro pegging. Aries is not receiving. Oh, because I think it was paused for too long. Sorry. This will fix her up.
A young girl that.
Is okay with me.
But as soon as I saw your pic, I was like, man, I'd give anything I could to have one night with her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 exclamation points. Man's excited. One night, and he did. He had one night with her.
He technically did get it, so.
Man, I'd do anything I could to use your bathroom.
Tells her his hobby is taking pictures of himself masturbating.
Oh, yeah. It's a common thing now. Get with the 21st century, John. We take videos now and upload them to OnlyFans. Heisenberg OnlyFans coming soon.
Do you think Wesley Elliott would have done that shit? Had he discovered?
If he's already if this isn't some weird just sexual tangent to explain away a lazy way to explain away the fact that he just sent a picture of his penis. If he's genuine, he's like, I actually really enjoy spending my time masturbating and taking pictures of myself, then he would have started an OnlyFans if it had been around. He's like, well, I'm doing this anyway. I might as well post it out there if anybody wants to pay for it. John West.
It's just him just wanking it hard.
Oh yeah.
What if never mind. Hey, hold on. Do you see him as if he did videos he'd last a long time, right? Just as soon as he touches his dick and he knows people are watching, it just spoots.
Yeah.
Why am I
that sounds
asking
right.
a question?
That sounds right. That's the real question.
Gosh, I just finished.
Boy, some of those shots. And he doesn't stop there. Later, he sends her child pornography, a photo of a girl engaging in a sex act.
That girl is young.
How young?
I think 14.
Wow.
At one
Wow.
Wow.
That girl that's 14 is 2 years older than I am.
Even better.
Good Lord. She's like, wow, she probably took the PSATs. I don't envy her. She's kind of... She has... she has to take the Regency Earth Science exam. Fuck. I'm so happy I'm still so young.
I'm so glad I still have recess.
Yeah. Oh, man, those adult responsibilities. I'm not ready to read Of Mice and Men in English class. I'm not ready to read some classic American literature that might have the N-word in it. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to read Shakespeare.
But I'm ready to have John Wesley Elliott perform oral sex on me.
Oral sex on me, yeah. I'm not ready to do the rope climbing unit in gym yet. That's crazy. I've got the best years ahead of me. I'm still, 12 years old. They haven't even finished writing the Harry Potter books yet. They haven't even finished making the movies yet, the books yet. I've got the whole Twilight isn't even a thing yet. And, I've got my whole teen life ahead of me. I'm just discovering online social chat, and yes, I am ready for the 50-year-old man to come perform oral sex on me. That'd be swell. The bee's knees.
point, he seems
I'm ready.
Takamet, just oral though. That's right. Just
she
oral.
might be a policewoman, but as you can see,
What if he's there? They're both naked, and he goes, "Do you mind if I take a picture?" And she's like, really scared. And she's like, okay. And he goes, okay. And he takes a picture of himself masturbating right in front of the girl. And on the drive back, he's like, oh, shoot, I probably should have taken a picture of the fucking girl.
I should have taken a picture of her. But I was just so, gosh, I'm pretty.
it doesn't
Pegging, yes, more pegging comments. Let's get some pegs in the
stop
chat.
him from showing up.
I can't use your bathroom. I got a peg so bad.
I gotta get pegged so bad.
Gosh, you're pegging.
Yeah, it's the first door on the left. I let him go to the bathroom.
I just imagine Casey, the decoy, this poor innocent young girl decoy. They're like, you know, the one decoy. They're like, oh, he wanted a blonde, so you got to go get the blonde wig and put the blonde wig on. I can't believe they got that one girl to put the towel on. That seems crazy. And they did it like a few times. But they're like, all right, could you imagine? They're like, all right, Casey, like, you don't need to change anything about your outfit. You know, you can look just like this, but I need you to put this strap on. And she's just like, yeah, you can go use that. And she's got this big black dick, like, just hanging off her. Like, oh, yeah. You said in the chat, the decoy said in the chat that they would be waiting for him with the strap on.
With the strap on.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, that picture you sent of the 14-year-old girl, was she really She's just got this big veiny black dick just tied to, he just doesn't even question how she got it, why she has it. But she's like, that would be so hot. Yeah.
Gosh, it's girthy.
Yes, the first one.
He still comes in, does his little pee dance. Like, I gotta pee so bad. And she's like, oh, yeah, it's right over there. She's this huge black dildo. like, yeah.
He's just like, well, I'd like to hold you and let you peg me.
She's pegging him, and he goes, there's something in me.
This ain't right.
When he came out, he seemed a little more
There's something in me.
relaxed. He was a little
Something
more
in me that
comfortable
sings
that,
not right.
no, okay, she let me go to the bathroom.
Something black and veiny in me right now.
We're going to be here a while.
Gosh,
Whoa.
Was
Was that
the
him
audio?
or was that you? That he just went, heh.
No, I don't
Let
think
me
it was
go to the
me.
bathroom. We're going to be here a while.
He's like, ah.
That felt like a YouTube poop. Where he goes, heh. And he just reverses and goes back.
She let me go to the bathroom. We're going to be here a while.
Just one. One more time. You're going, oh, something about the massage chair, huh?
Okay, she let me go to the bathroom. We're going to be here a while.
That's the noise that he's gonna make when the peg goes in.
Oh, God. Why have I never noticed this before? That's such an awkward cut. Why have all... He's saying something. Like, I'm sure I would have loved to hear what he said, even about the massage chair, even though it's not really about anything. You just, you know, they're doing the voice. So I just want to... They decide to cut back to hear him go, heh.
She let me go to the bathroom. We're going to be here a while.
I could tell you're a pegger, Taco.
You're a pegger.
Are you a pegger too?
pretty.
Decoy's name was Peggy. So it's a pegging chair. That's what all the buttons and shit were. I just felt my butt. It's holy. That's my
Holy
butt.
cow! I felt it in my butt.
That's what Lauren would say if she was getting pegged. Yeah. Whew. Do you do anal? It's just talk. It's just pegging.
So what are your plans, or what are you thinking?
Kissing you.
Yeah?
She's giving him like an interview. What are your plans? Like, what's your 5-year plan? Look how happy he is. Do you think he was ever this happy ever again? Or even before this point?
No. This was the greatest moment.
Wow.
Of his life.
He was the happiest he ever was on the worst day of his life. Fuck. I don't know. I imagine that being caught on To Catch a Predator is probably among the worst days of your life, but I imagine being in prison like 1 week or 1 month into like your 5-year sentence is probably, after being caught on To Catch a Predator, like the worst days of your life.
Well, it's just like...
Because like 90% of this guy's day was pretty normal up until just now.
Yeah, that's what ruined it, made it the worst day, because he went from such a high to such a low, whereas like every day in prison was just such a low. You know what I mean?
You know what? How we talked on the internet.
As the decoy presses him, he stops smiling and seems to get suspicious.
Chris is standing in the background with his suit on, with a lampshade over his head, trying to trying to blend in. They got the cop in the ghillie suit in the house, and he's like, "All right, wait a minute. Now I know what's going on."
He's like, he'll never suspect me behind this plant.
What if Chris is in the chair that he's sitting on?
Chris
Like,
is the chair.
like Frank Reynolds from like It's Always Sunny. Like he like just crawls out of it in the just naked and just like it giving birth to Chris. But what the hell? This massage chair feels weird. And he
It's like,
comes
so,
out.
what are you up to tonight?
Did you just come out of the chair? I am the chair. I am Chris Cherson.
She asks him about that photo he sent her of the girl receiving oral sex.
Oh, that picture you sent me with the 14-year-old girl. Was she really 14?
Well, looky there.
Well, super chats are a common thing nowadays.
Damn right they are, Jay. They are a common
All right,
thing
well,
nowadays.
you owe me $1.
Are you serious right now? This is when you want to do this? I can't afford that. I'm gonna have to send you photos of myself masturbating to pay off that debt. CNJ Dev, what's going on? Nice to see you. Jay, thank you so much for the $2. I will see to it that none of that money goes to Mike Pence. Don't worry. Any money from this, I don't want to mislead people. No money from this stream goes to Mike Pence. I will actively keep it out of this. Unless it's towards the Mike Pence pegging fund, which will be set up later. The fund to get Mike Pence pegged.
It's like, how would there be a money value on like getting me pegged? Like, I don't
know, just like, the cost of the strap on itself and the hiring and transportation.
But it's just like,
said strap on.
How are you going to get me convinced to do it? That's like, there's no money value behind that.
Well, you don't really have a say in this. We're just working out the logistics of how to get to that point. When it's time to happen, you will just be ready. So.
Hey Jay, this is no joke. It's me. Can you please donate? I'm a data communications guy, so how can we go about keeping the integrity of donating to me?
You can do all the Jay Refner voices you want. You're getting pegged whether you like it or not.
I don't know. I just found it off of a golf.
The spoiler, he does like it.
Internet when we were talking.
Is that like what you wanted to do?
That's what I want to do, but I can't.
All right, this is a shitty way to feel like you're being compromised. If he really was like, this isn't, you're not buying this for a second, right?
What? Oh, I don't know. It's like everyone finds it from other people. Like somehow, like there's just people on the internet that wake up and they're like, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna go search child porn and just send it to people. Like that's what they always like. I feel like DMAC did that. And then like Rob Klein was like, oh, my brother looked at bestiality. But like these guys, they like know how severe, like the severity of like having kitty crap is. So they try to like somehow blame other people.
There's no way denying everything that's happened up to this point, that he knows that he's like that, like now for some reason is the moment where he has this moral awakening where he's like, there's something in me, it's not right. It's like, I'm gonna go back home and take more photos of myself naked while looking at child pornography, it's just like I think there's like, I mean, not to get like existential here, but I think the concept of like evil, like an evil person, or like evil as a concept, like exists in our society which we live in, and I think there's basically like 3 stages of it. I think there's the evil that's like a Donald Morrison or like a Michael Seibert, where it's like just terrible life ruining criminals that are kind of conscious of what they're doing, but are also victims of stuff themselves that like are out of their control, right?
Like their
But
mental comprehension is not 100%, but
right.
it's greater than 50%, so they're still evil. But
and then there's the kinds of evil where it's just like losers, like fucking Lorne, or just like this guy that are just, they clearly have like nothing going for them, and they're just desperate, and they know like deep down that it's wrong. They know, like they're aware that it's wrong, but they do it anyway, and they act all sad when they're caught. And I think the worst type of evil, like as closest to like biblical type of evil, are the people like the rabbi who actively like spend most of their life condemning other people and judging other people and pretending to have this moral authority, or the the politician or whatever, the assistant DA, like, or Dr. Maurice Wolin, like those people are like the worst, most dangerous type of evil, because they're so high up their own ass that they think that like they have the authority to say like what is good and what isn't good in this, and yet they do. But and like David is like, the rabbi is such a perfect case, because it's so obvious of how ingrained he is in this horrible thing, and like he just can't help himself. Like he's argumentative, he's angry, he's coming down on Dateline or Chris or whatever even after the interview, and he's still, even after he's been arrested and served his sentence, like still violating like every possible term of his probation, and is getting like all this tech that he's not supposed to have, and just keeps getting arrested. Like he's just the worst. He's the worst. They're all bad. The teacher, yes. Rutherford is another example of like the worst type of people that I could see on this show.
I'd say Thomas Bodner.
Yes.
Because he had other victims. And he targeted like an autistic boy, and then that's like a whole life. It's like a whole lifestyle. Like I don't know. It's like I have an alternate. Like, 'cause I agree with you in terms of like the rabbi and the
like
DA
there's levels to this shit. They're all bad, but like, I mean, there's no sympathy either way, whether you are a or mentally challenged or a victim of past child molestation or anything like that. There's more of like, I guess I would say like an understanding of like how you got to that point, but yeah, I mean, we're talking like the worst are the guys that are fully conscious and aware of what's going on. They've got everything else in their life going for them, and they're just they're the type of people that would be on like Epstein's private island, right? Like just big shot, like people who could not have an easier, better life, have more things going their way, and it's like, what, I would like to destroy the life of a child for my own sexual pleasure. That is like the worst fucking thing, and then just go about their day like nothing happened.
Well, it's crazy. Like I've seen some of these other other vigilante groups that catch these guys. And like it's like the gay predators. One of the guys is asking. He was like, from doing all the busts that I do, he's like, it's always the gay guys that move the fastest and like are more comfortable with like the age and everything. And it was like the one guy was like, oh, it's just like a lifestyle, and like we usually get not persecuted, but we don't get to live how we want to, like a straight person and all that. And I'm like, that's such a fucking bullshit cop out. Because these guys just want to have like a repeat pattern of like, well, it happened to me, so like it's okay because it happened to me. It's just like a what's it called, rite of passage, so to speak, in a really fucked up way. And I've just seen a lot of these. I've just seen a lot of them, like how comfortable these guys are doing it and admitting to it, and being like, well, I wouldn't have done anything if the kid didn't want to, just like, I'll go on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Everybody on this show is, I can say confidently that everybody who has appeared on this show and has a special highlighted segment on them is guilty, regardless of what the court said.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody we have ever showcased on this in our live streams is guilty. If they would like to dispute that, then I suggest they subscribe to Mike Pence, and they can join the rest of the weirdos that do that. But okay, Mike Pence, the number one choice of YouTuber from 100 pedophiles polled. 100% of them said they subscribed to Mike Pence. So number one choice amongst pedophiles. It's a diverse audience.
I'm gonna definitely sue Heisenberg for defamation.
I just complimented you. I said you were very popular amongst this demographic, a very niche demographic that's hard to tune into. That's impressive.
I provide them the daily content they like.
Be like, hey guys, how great is it to take photos of yourself naked while masturbating? They're like, this guy gets it.
He gets it. He's one of us.
Finally, somebody said it.
I'm like, hey guys, send all your pics to me and I'll rate them.
Fellas, isn't it great to put your full name and birthday in your username? They're like, yes, that's great. I love that. That's my favorite thing to do. Like, isn't it great to incriminate yourself in your crime in your username? Am I talking to you, Bald Beaver Hunter? Like, wow, this guy's great.
It's like, I didn't forget about you, Michael Walker. Can I rape you anally?
What's the deal with the decoys online? Like, can you rape them or can you not rape them?
It's all cyberspace.
It's not right, you know, and it's really bothering me.
Well, then leave. Who's this for? Who are you What are you talking about? I know what you're trying to do. You're only trying to say this because you believe somebody's here to say it. If you really genuinely felt, even if you really genuinely just now had the realization, you would just get up and walk away. He goes, no, it's not right, and then just sits there and waits for the decoy to say, no, it's okay, and go.
I think that's exactly. I think that's exactly. He's like has his self-doubt, but at the same time, like, he's driven so far and so long and invested so much into this. At this point, he's like, unless he tells me.
Yeah.
What?
He's saying, like, okay, so on the one chance that this is real, I'll say it's not right and I don't want to do it. And she will say, oh, okay. And then I can kind of spin and con my way back into the situation if I feel it's real. Or I'll say, it's wrong, I don't want to do it. And she'll say, oh, come on, like, it's okay, like, really? And then I'll be like, then I'm all in. That's fine. Or the third possibility, somebody's going to come out and bust me right now, and the last thing I will have said was, this is wrong and I don't want to do it. They're going to go, well, shit. We might as well throw the footage away now. There's no investigation here.
Send you to an island.
Yeah.
We have the tickets booked, but we just want to talk to you first.
I would send Mike Pence to an island.
Which one?
Do they still have, like, colonies of, like, lepers? Like islands where they send people with leprosy? That's where I would send you.
Why?
To give him a hand.
That's really nice of you.
Their limbs fall off.
I'm gonna definitely. Okay, well, since you've doxed me quite a bit, so I'm gonna ban everybody in this chat right now.
Why don't you ban me? Somebody said, "What's the logo? What's the logo?" CNJ Dev asked earlier, "What's the logo?" I think, or somebody did. Poofrog just asked, "What's the logo?"
I can't tell.
What's the logo on his shirt?
Mm-hmm.
It
might be. I think what's it? Potentially Ralph Lauren. Or like
is it a logo even?
U.S. Polo Association, not Ralph Lauren, but the off-brand one, maybe.
It's short sleeve polo, black with buttons, red logo, 2006 to 2007. Men's. Something off-brand, something from, like, I don't know. Mike Pence is usually crazy good about finding this really obscure stuff, so I don't go. This could, but you know what it could be is like a company issued shirt, like for what he works for. It might have been his work shirt.
No, because his the company he works for has different colors. The company he works for is like black and yellow and white. I can't tell.
Yeah, we gotta work together on this. Doesn't matter. A little bit. Yeah, it's you know, we're doing the best of what we got, which is just this terrible footage.
And it's really bothering me.
You seem pretty confident.
What if Chris did this big dramatic walkout silently, feet clapping on the in silence, but Casey just sat there and then he just left. He's like,
It didn't. It doesn't say a word.
He doesn't say a word, but he does this big dramatic entrance. This, he walks in, just footsteps echoing in the hall, makes direct eye contact, and then just leaves. It's like, what would he do? And he hears the car starting up and just driving away, he knows he's alone now. He's like, what the fuck just happened?
He was like, oh, that's my
that's my neighbor. We let him in sometimes. Yeah.
That's my math tutor.
What the hell?
On the internet, in terms of what you wanted to do. What was your plan tonight?
Actually, I wasn't really going to be doing anything because I was worried of getting too scared and nervous about it.
Now, why were you getting so scared?
That's a damn thick chat log right there. Feck.
He talked for a long time, didn't he?
Dreaming of fairies. Jody. He's got a great... We are so blessed with some of this Kentucky footage. The interrogations are just fantastic. Not a bad one in the bunch. Kelp Hill. Howdy. Kelp Hill. Am I crazy, or did you go live yesterday and I listened to the whole thing? Is that correct? Let me make sure before I make an ass of myself. Yes. I was driving the whole day yesterday. I was listening to your live stream with Joe. I couldn't comment, though, because I was driving, but I listened to you in the car. That's great. It was a wonderful live stream. If you guys aren't subscribed to Kelp Hill, definitely go check that out. Yes, with Mr. Joey talking about the new documents. New Lorne stuff. Just when you think there isn't more incriminating evidence to make Lorne sound like a piece of shit weirdo, more shit comes out. Brian Pack, hey! Brian Pack, what's going on? Did I like what I heard? Yes, I did. It was great. I listened to the whole thing. Mike Pence, are you still looking for the shirt, or are we moving on?
I can't find a good shot of the shirt. I've tried watching other stuff, but I just can't find. Yeah, keep going. I'm still trying to look.
Let me show you. Here, look at the screen. Try this photo. Maybe this will help.
That's what I like to see.
A Dogecoin hitting 6 cents. I'd like to see it. Not as good as Roush coin, though.
It looks like... Oh, I cannot tell.
Woo!
Nervous.
Well, I just knew it wasn't right.
But that's not how you made it sound online.
No.
And what about the photos he sent of himself masturbating? Why'd you do that?
Well, just everything in my life is just... It's all screwed up. I've got a bad job. My marriage is not good.
Did you bring any condoms?
No, I wasn't going to do anything like that.
Yeah, what were you going to do?
That was pretty convincing. I wasn't going to do anything like that. Well, I sure hope he doesn't incriminate himself unnecessarily in the next 1 second.
It was just oral.
Just oral.
Oh, never mind.
Just kidding. Just oral.
Yep. Just oral.
Just pegging.
I didn't think it was that bad. Just pegging.
Well, I didn't think it was that bad on oral.
Oh my god. He's so dumb.
And that's why
he's as dumb as he is handsome. Bastard.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm real bad.
Just oral.
I can't tell.
Just oral. He really. This is the weird part. Is there's some slight emotional manipulation that happens here and with Catherine, but this is him being straight up real. He's to be honest, I thought nobody would care if I just performed oral sex on a child.
Because he just doesn't.
I don't see. Yeah.
I don't see the Oral and the are not that red.
The oral and the intercourse are two different things. There you go. I mean, he's got a point. Still a crime. Still a crime.
She told you she was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not really a sad yet. It's like, yeah. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Yeah. I was sad when I read that. You're only 12.
Yeah.
Anyway. Here.
And you came over here.
Yeah.
You came here and you sat in this chair and you went, heh.
To have oral sex with a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. I mean, yeah, I did.
When I ask him about his obscene screen name, he starts to laugh.
Who's this therapist that's talking to John right now? I've never seen him before. He's pretty good.
Weird.
You think this is covered by its insurance, or like it's just like a sample? It's just free therapist.
Just deductible.
You think this is funny?
No,
It's a big joke.
No.
Well, he said yes. You think this is funny? Yes, Chris.
This is very funny.
My screen name is Bald Beaver Hunter. How could you not find this funny? Look at me.
We're all over here to have sex with a 12-year-old girl, and this is a big old joke to you.
No. What I'm getting at is, this is the very first time this has ever happened. I've never met.
It's the first time you got caught, maybe.
No.
Right. So what made you
No.
decide all of a sudden to do it now? I mean, you've been chatting with this girl for a month.
I've had that.
That's why the chat's so big. God damn it. A month. The time doesn't. It doesn't matter the time, but always the longer the chat log, the weirder the vibe. Like several days you logged on and were like looking for. This was like a major part of your day. Like you turned down other plans to make sure that you could talk to Dreaming of Fairies.
A 12-year-old girl. Yeah, this is over a month. Like 5 weeks.
God, shout out to the Perverted Justice Decoys. They know how to hold a conversation, I guess. I mean, they're literally just typing LOL and IDK, and whatever they're doing is working.
Well,
Fantasy in the back of my head.
Fantasy.
About being with a young...
What's up, Amy Ramirez?
A young girl, yes.
Well, what do you think should happen to you?
Sent to an island.
Sent to an island.
Exile.
Exile an island. You still think this is all funny?
No, I don't know why you're asking
you're-
me
you're-
stuff like this. I mean,
Well, why do you think I'm curious about all this?
I can tell you're a therapist. I know. I mean, not just.
You think I'm a therapist?
Yeah, by the way you're.
So you think that you came over here to meet this girl and magically a therapist sat down to help you through your problem?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, do you ever watch television?
No, sir.
Well, there's something I got.
You never watch television? Has anybody ever said that before in this show? Everybody goes like, yeah, it's like a little bit. Like, you know, I've never heard anybody say, no, I don't watch. In 2007, I never watched television.
I don't really watch TV.
I mean, I don't either technically, but like, I wouldn't say like, oh, I don't watch television. Like, I mean, I watch like some live sports stuff. I watch the news every now and then, but like.
Well, maybe people interpret it differently. Like, I think some, like, especially these older guys, they think, like, watching TV is, like...
Oh. I got a super chat. Thank you, Amy Ramirez. There was no message attached, so I'm just going to assume it was about pegging Mike Pence, which I would like to steer the conversation back to that in graphic detail. Although Mike Pence was just saying something, I'll let him finish his thought. If you want to go ahead.
I mean, do you want me to? I don't have to. This is what, no, was it your stream or was it Clobber's stream? Where every fucking time I started talking, someone would donate money, like mid-sentence.
I was listening to it and it was Clobber's stream.
Was Clobber's stream?
Yeah, I was listening
Yeah.
to it the other day. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, well, Clobber should probably have. Well, he's not streaming recently. But
It was every time Lauren would come in and go, "You stupid fuck! I am a probation officer."
It was, like mid sentence, like that shit scared me because I was like, "Yeah, I'm just having insight." It's like, "You stupid fuck! I am a probation." It's like, oh god. So
I need a more intimidating donation sound that will really interrupt Mike Pence. Jim Roush is dead. What? You know, something like that.
You could do like
he will never.
Just like blast when David Kelly gets thrown on the ground, or Daniel Kelly. Let go of the keys.
What about ready? All right, donation comes in. Here we go. He goes.
He just
he goes. You want to hear my impression of a boat horn? Wait, we gotta rewind. Sorry.
And we're gonna be here a while.
You should splice in like, gosh, you're.
Gotcha. We can make a YouTube poop.
Go to the bathroom, and when he came out, he seemed.
He goes. Just takes the most violently loud diarrhea of his lifetime.
A little more relaxed.
I would not
he was
be
a little
surprised.
more comfortable that, you know, okay, she let me.
No magazine, no paper on the desk in this shot. Are you ready?
We go to the bathroom. We're gonna be here a
I'm
while.
just gonna go. And then we go back to Chris. Okay, so he seems to have shared some of the pictures.
Those are just dick pics.
Yeah, we don't get to see that. But he brought them.
He's like, just in case you want some material.
Chris is thumbing through the chat. He goes, I seem to have misplaced the photos you sent. He goes, oh, I got copies right here, and he pulls them out.
So I figured you'd be a therapist. Maybe you want to see him and analyze him and help me out with my problem.
I do this as a hobby.
Just see a psychiatrist because of the way everything's going with my life.
All right. Well, why don't you go ahead? I hope you get that help.
As he gets up to leave and makes the long walk to the door, officers are in position, ready to arrest him.
Sheriff's office, hands up! Hands up! Hands out! Hands out!
He's taken away in an unmarked car and brought to a police.
Oh! Look at that bit. They got a coin-operated gumball machine at the entrance of the police station. They got like runts and like what are like M&Ms? What the fuck?
It's like look how they're like pushing him in there. Like he's not even able to like guide himself.
This is your only chance to get a gumball, so you better get it now.
It's like, gosh, I need some gum.
Gosh, you're gummy.
Gosh, you're gummy.
Police
Well, look how his shirt is. Just like look how like they're pushing him in. I'll shut up, but like just see like they're like
He's taken
pushing
away
his
in an
ass in
unmarked
there.
car and brought.
Like just hurting him in. Like he can't even like walk on his own.
To a police station.
Yeah, there's some. I think it's like shock and resistance at the same time. Like he's not really comprehending what's happening.
He's like smiling. Like he's still fucking smiling and shit.
I think it's just his brain going haywire. It's just him not realizing what's happening.
Because he does smile at the cameraman, like when he's in the interrogation room.
I'm gonna struggle to find this.
I could try to.
There it is. Come on. Let me see, Alright. What
Yes. Are you a loser?
Brothers? Oh, this is the brother that died, of course.
Oh.
I hope not.
Hey, could be.
He's booked, photographed.
Thank you, sir.
No, Roush didn't die. I was just trying to throw Mike off his game. He's not dead.
And brought in for questioning.
Had an interesting night, haven't you?
There you go. I could tell you're Jodie Foster.
To say the least.
He's read his rights, and Kentucky Bureau of Investigation agent Catherine Reed starts to...
He's read his sprites. Get it?
Doesn't he
Because
ask
I
for
gave him a
water?
sprite.
Yeah, I was ignoring that bad joke by telling another bad joke. But didn't they like? Wasn't he like, "Can I get a glass of water?" And she's like,
She's
well,
like, I looked for a glass of water and couldn't find one. It's like, okay, I wouldn't expect you to go out there and just find a glass of water. Tell me,
literally looking for a glass of
they're like, well, we got lots of bottles of water. Well, he asked for a glass, so I don't want to get him that.
He didn't say to pour him a glass of water either. He just said he wanted a glass
just
of
to
water.
find one that was already just sitting out there. No. Huh. Why do the Dubsy? You're right. Why do these guys waive their rights and talk? I don't know. Just like they're not even like manipulated or really intimidated into talking. I think they just are just so blown away by the fact that they were caught and everything that's happening right now that they're like, the cops do a great job of making them comfortable enough to want to talk, but also like, you know, doing their job and getting the information out that they need to, and the interrogators, especially in this investigation, did a great job. But it is funny. I mean, like, what would you say, like, the percentages of guys that were caught on the show that talk to the cops and give a whole story and give a whole? It's like more. It's more than 50% at least.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean, they probably got grilled a bunch, and then they had to fess up eventually. Because it's like for a lot of these guys, it's like a guilty conscience type thing, where
I don't think it's even that. I think this is that, but this is them like. I mean, are you implying that like they are feeling the weight of what they're doing and they want to get it off their chests, and that's
because guys like John Wesley Elliott, I think they coach him into it and coax him into it. So some of these guys, like, they can tell that they have like this guiltiness that they feel bad.
But I feel like he's carried around that guiltiness forever and knows that what he's doing is wrong. And somebody just said like, hey, by the way, like, you know, if you want to like let us in on what you're feeling right now, it might work in your favor because you might have an angle to this part of the story that we don't know. And he's like, well, that's a good point. Like, I should tell you what's going through my mind. And he says like, well, my brother died and that's why I have child pornography. You know, there's no way to make sense.
It kind of worked for Roush too in a weird fucking way.
But
in a different. No, he wasn't. He didn't feel guilty.
No, of course not.
But he felt more like
he wanted to talk.
He was more wronged by the justice system, so he had to like explain.
He was personally offended. Yeah.
He was personally offended that he was caught. I am too, though. So.
He's like, why would you even waste your resources on me, Jim Roush? I'm not a threat to anybody.
It's like, I literally was going to help this girl with her life.
Yeah, I was going to walk her through her divorce with my dick. I was going to show her what a guy looked like. And you want to arrest me for that?
Give me a break.
To question him.
What brought you here tonight, John?
Just fantasy.
What kind of fantasies?
I don't want to be with a young girl. I'm not saying it's right or anything like that. I don't mean to make it sound that way.
I don't want to make you uncomfortable, Jody.
So you knew it was wrong when you came here?
Agent Reed.
I'm going to guess that he was not popular at any point of his life.
No, I don't. How could he be how with self-esteem that low at 40 years old?
Like, he really felt embraced by the conspiracy theory UFO community because it's a lot of like unhinged people, and he's like, wow, like they look up to me because I can spell full sentences, you know. No, that's
what if he was like
conspiracy theory community.
What if he like in like the reality there was like a deep state conspiracy against John Wesley Elliott, because John Wesley Elliott was like the ringleader mastermind behind like the UFO community.
This is QAnon.
John Wesley Elliott is QAnon for QAnon. It's BBH-anon.
No, you know what would be funnier as QAnon is Jay Refner, and they're like, what? All right, it's like his final like big message to like all of his followers is just his live stream of the hermit crabs.
This is Jay. This is no joke. They've on to me. Please continue to fight the good fight. This is Jay Refner. Meet Rocket 8. Signing off.
Ryan Pack needs a DMAC impression. So, what's like a classic like good movie monologue that you could do in DMAC's voice right now?
Let me look up A Few Good Men.
There you go. Yes. What's that? Like, you want the truth? You want the honest truth? You can't handle that.
Let's see if I can do Jack Nicholson monologue. Oh, is it right here?
Do or do not. There is no try. There's no try to.
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Okay, let's
wait,
hear
no,
it.
Ryan has to donate before I do this. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I have to donate. But if you want to.
I was joking. No, that's
just joking.
Yeah.
Just give us a hamburger. Okay.
Do you want me to read you in? Like, what's the first line you want me to?
No, I got it. I have it right here.
Okay. All right. So this is Mike Pence as Dustin from A Few Good Men. Okay. Here we go.
I'm just gonna lead it in. He's like talking to Ricky Morton. He's like, Ricky, what's going on? What's going on, kid? Oh, last night I was playing Xbox and then I got bored. I turned on the computer and I watched this movie with Jack Nicholson and Tom Cruise. What you talking about?
Yeah, okay.
Hey, what are you talking about? What movie was it? Got A Few Good Men. You mind if I tell you a monologue I found really inspirational? Okay. Here it goes, Ricky. All right, hurry up, kid. Son, we live in a world that has walls. And those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. A light gun for a video game.
Ropes and knobs and stuff.
Who's gonna do it? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a great responsibility, and you can never possibly fathom. You wait for Santiago, and you curse the Marines. And you have that luxury. You have that luxury of not knowing what I know. That Santiago's death, while tragic, probably saved lives. And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensibly, saves lives. You don't want the truth because deep down in places you don't talk about parties. You want me on that wall.
I don't mean to interrupt, but anytime you refer to the truth in this monologue, I want you to replace it with like honesty or being honest. Okay.
Okay, I will.
Yep.
You'd need me on that wall. We use words like mouth, pussy, or ass. We use these words as a light gun game of a light spec defending something. You use them as a punchline. With the daughter. I neither have the time or the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the panties under the pants of which the very freedom I provide, and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I'd rather you just say, thank you, and went on your way. I'm asking the law. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a light gun and get on and stand in ambulance. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you're entitled to.
Wait, you got more, right?
Oh, you want me to keep? Oh, okay, I'll keep going.
Just get to the truth.
Oh shit, my bad. Because it had like the whole.
He goes, "You want the truth?"
It's like, oh wait, oh fuck, hold on. Let me get the lines. It just had like his monologue thing.
Right.
Ah, shit. Where is? Fuck, where is it?
I hear you.
Oh, where is it? Ending.
Right. In the meantime, this is my impression of John Wesley Elliott delivering the dictator speech from the Charlie Chaplin film, The Dictator. Very famous, very long monologue. Here it is, okay? Thank you. That'll
Gosh. You're pretty. Oh, what? I'm trying to find the rest of it. He's like, or it's just like John Dudinsky as Tom Cruise. Here's the problem.
John Dudinsky.
You don't want to go to jail for a long time. Did you order the code red? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Did you order I can't even do it. Well, did you order the code red? If you knew Santiago was underage. You're damn right I ordered the code red. I want the truth. Like we use ropes and knives in our computer. I can't, like, I need the script in front of me. I can't get it. It's not working. I killed it. How's he still there?
I am. I'm scrolling through like famous movie monologues right now. This sounds like a great stream that we should just do like entirely devoted to Predator and We should get Mike V on.
I know Mike V's better than Mike V's a lot better. And people actually like him. They like Mike V, not Mike P.
Mike V, more like Mike P, as in urine. I'm sorry, you guys got to bear with me because it's hard to be friends.
Retrieve his computer from his home.
That's a good. You did. By the way, I forgot to applaud you. That was a great reading you did. That was quite. Ryan Peck is pleased. Thank you.
Mike P stands for Mike Pecking.
If anybody has a suggestion for something they would like to hear either of us read in any voice, any Predator voice, we are open.
It's not free.
It's not free. You have to buy us dinner at the Japanese steakhouse first.
Gosh. He's then taken to jail.
I've never been in jail or anything like that.
Oh my god. What the fuck? This is like a shot out of like a Paranormal Activity movie. They do the close up of it and he's like in the trance of whatever the ghost is. This is bad. It reminds me of the "Are You a Wizard" picture again.
Are you a 12-year-old?
Yeah. Are you dreaming of fairies? Yeah.
It's like no, like that's the photo of like he's like the paranormal ghost. He's like,
He's then
gosh,
taken to jail.
you're sleepy.
I've never been.
Gosh, you're spooky.
Like he's supposed to be scared out of his mind. That's just a look he gives. Like he's like naked, just taking photos of himself. And, like a ghost just comes up to him, and is like does a little like jump scare, and like as the audience, like we all react. But it's just him, just that face, like, gosh, you're kind of spooky. It's just that face. It's just that face. Doesn't react.
You're kind of eerie. Ow, Harriet. Ow! You bit me. I'm kicking your ass. Gosh, you're hairy. Gosh, you're hairy. Gosh, you're a kitty. Now you made my pop filter fall off. Ow! What the? You deserve to have pictures taken of you and sent to my friends, unprompted.
In jail or anything like that.
God, yeah, that is. Gosh, that's creepy. Gosh.
He's then
oh, he said "gosh" right there.
Leave his computer from his home.
Gosh.
We know. Gorsh.
Wait, what video is that from?
Oh, great. Now I'm bleeding, and I'm going to get shot if I bleed on the rug, Harriet. Fuck you. Darn.
I'm bleeding too, apparently, on my leg. What video is this?
I just typed.
Here, I got it.
Trying to catch predator. J.C. Stevens.
Oh my gosh, I have a good video idea. It's just gonna be an hour long of I almost said JBW, BBH saying gosh, 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 you're pretty. Or he's just saying gosh.
By the way, you think those 1 hour videos are just copy and paste to how? No, it's painstaking, perfect cinematic editing. He quietly listens and observes every individual gosh. And
There's a
he's a master
difference.
of his craft. Yeah, you can tell. Gosh.
He's then taken to jail.
I've never been in jail or anything like that.
That's the creepiest shot and sentence, and that's the worst.
He is so not. He's like one of those predators that's just not self-aware of just how gross and creepy they are, like appearance-wise, and just like by what they do. Like
I am a big Shakespeare fan, so I would happily. Calpill, I see you. Damn it, but I will do it. Like I'm gonna do it, but I'm trying to think of like what would be the funniest impression, or like what's even like Mike Pence. Do you know if I personally do any like good impressions? Like in turn, like you're like, oh, Heisenberg's like so and so impression is always pretty good, or am I just shit at all of them?
I think you're perfect at everything.
Thank you. I agree. I love you.
I don't know. I think you do good ones of all of them. I don't really know.
Think of, like, who
that means you suck at all of them.
Yeah, it's like I'm not really like particularly good at any one of them. I can kind of fake my way through all of them.
No, I'm not sure. Because like, you do a good Dustin. Your Downhauer's better than mine.
Yes. Downhauer. Yes. To be or not to be. That's just it's just Snape. That's just the key to doing a Downhauer is just to do a Alan Rickman. Hello, you've reached Alan Rickman at 55526. The like Family Guy bit.
Hello, you've reached Alan Rickman's voice machine. Please leave a voicemail for Alan Rickman.
Please leave a message after the beep. Travis Fowler. Does he have a good? I don't even know what. I love this
He's-
still, by the way. What does he talk about?
You know, I just go on the internet and I like to meet people, and that's about it. You know, I'm
He's
sure
just
you have,
another
Travis.
he's just another loud whisperer. Harriet, you scratched me. What the heck? And now you want to... Ugh. Bastard. I don't even think he speaks English most of the time. Perfect. Who would you say has got the most outrageous voice on this? I mean, it's Jeff Stacy, but... It's like Anthony Columbo's up there.
Yeah, it's just like Anthony Palumbo was just like, it was just wow.
Yeah.
John Kennelly has his weird voice. It's not like crazy weird, but it's just like weird enough. Chatting, Christina's kitchen naked. It's a step beyond chatting.
So I'll do the. I'm gonna like switch in and out of like different predators. I'm writing this down. Hold on. Okay. Let's see if you can detect all the ones that I'm doing. This is for Calpil.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the minds to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. I'm sorry.
Or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing in them, to die, to sleep, no more, and by sleep, to say we end the heartache and the thousands of natural shocks that flesh is to air, to the consummation, devoutly to be wished.
To die, to sleep, perchance to dream. There's Rob, the no Ruber. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come. When we have shuffled off this mortal coil.
Doesn't it hurt your voice?
A little bit.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We have shuffled out this mortal coil. Must give us pause. That there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life for who would bear the whips and scorn time and the oppressor's wrong. The proud man's constantly. Banks of disputed love is lost away. Things of insolence of office and spurns. Patient mayor of unworthy takes. See himself is quite his make. All right, that's enough. All right, but you get the point. The point is, I'm incredibly talented and can do all of the impressions. That is
Heisenberg's talented tongue.
Thank you. Back to Paranormal Activity 7.
And later brought before a judge.
You were charged with unlawful transaction with a minor less than 16 years of age.
That's what he was charged with? Unlawful transaction? So she was like, oh, like, you want to buy these Yu-Gi-Oh cards from me? He's like, you got a small business license? Nope. Same crime. Ow.
Unlawful transaction with a minor.
Thank you. Hey, Kelpill, thank you. That was great. Love to get back to my Shakespearean roots. Could deliver a whole to cast an entire Shakespeare production with just predators and their voices. Damn. I'd love to see an all-picture predator version of Julius Caesar. Sounds amazing.
First degree, which is a Class B felony.
Why does he look like that? His shoulders are so high up.
Is he
His shoulders are so tense.
Transaction with a minor.
He's like in and out of sleep. Oh,
he has to pee real bad.
Minor less than 16 years of age, first degree, which is a Class B felony. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
The judge sets his bail.
Your bond will stay at $50,000 cash.
Hey, I'm glad you could come.
Up
Who the hell is that?
next, a man shows up on his birthday.
You know, we have not. I've got some Predators queued up here, but yeah, we'll save Lorne for another time. We'll do a full Lorne appreciation.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lorne.
I'm not completely caught up in Lorne, but I assume that he was completely rehabilitated and learned from his mistakes and went on to have a successful life.
Hey girl, that was good. Hey girl, like ew. That line alone just says.
An all Predator production of any stage play or musical sounds fantastic. What do we think, Alonzo? Alonzo's fun. Alonzo, Eddie Peck, Nick Kochos, Victor Wells, or Jeff Stacy's full, uninterrupted police interrogation video. What are you feeling?
Probably either Hampton Wade or Victor Wells. Victor Wells gets what's his face pissed off. Chris Hansen pissed off really bad, and then Victor Wells is the one that pisses off Chris in Riverside. Then Hampton Wade's the dipshit in Ohio. He's like, I just came here to party.
Yeah.
No.
I will gladly shit all over Alonzo, but I hate Victor more. I just don't like. Here, want some pictures for her profile. I believe there's an age requirement. It says.
Well, I'm assuming she's older than 12 when she says she's 12. Like, why would you say that specifically?
Another brilliant 3D chess move. What if I put my full name in the username? Then no one will know it's me. It's like, wow, I'm definitely committing a crime here. Should I, like, switch accounts? Nope. Let's just...
2002. Do you think that's the year he got on the internet and made his account?
Yeah. Oh, Wells. Reminds me of another account on YouTube. It's Relatively Speaking 2020.
Oh, God.
Shout out to them. All right. Well, he's sharing the stage with Nick Kochos and Dan Allen and John Pierre Wary. A lot of legendary people went through that hastily tacked on curtain over the door. What are we about to see? Anybody have any thoughts on Victor Wells? Over 1 million views? Joey's TCAP channel. Nice. He asked him, do I look stupid? Oh. Chris never looks stupid. He does stupid things every now and then, but he doesn't look stupid. Mike Pence, do you have any thoughts about Victor?
He is definitely like a very doofusy but smart, manipulative. Like he tries very hard to
crafty
manipulate Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he tries so hard to like manipulate Chris and just like give him like non-answers and shit. Like just like I remember one thing he said.
Very poorly rehearsed, like stuff like, oh, I believe there's an age requirement. Like, I didn't know that people could lie on the internet. Like, I thought that you had to tell the truth, and you could never check the box that says I'm 18. That should be impossible.
It's almost like he's trying to be philosophical, but he's just such a doofus, and it like pisses Chris off because he's like not take. He doesn't take.
He's like, oh yeah, well then why did you in your chat you say like, hey, you're 13 and I love 13-year-old children? And it's like, well, but there's an age requirement. It's like, well, that really doesn't make a lot of sense to the rest of your chat, now does it?
So yeah, like what adult is like, what like, you know, 19, 20-year-old, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm actually 12. Like, have you ever once in your life been like, I'm 20.
I'd like to role. Yeah, and he's going to bring out the role playing thing. And here again, I will say, let's even for a moment pretend that what you're saying is true. It's not. But in your idea of a sexual role play fantasy, the person on the other end is 12 years old.
Like, why does that make you feel? Especially
why is that your fantasy? Yeah.
And it's even worse because he like has kids, and even like Chris tries to like use that and be like, "Hey, you have kids like this. Like, what would happen if you had a kid? You know, when some dude came for your kid, he's just like, no, I just don't know. I just, you know."
I'd go to kick his ass, but then he'd say they wanted some pictures for their profile, and I'd be like, oh, okay. He'd bring the Wendy's.
Bring the Wendy's.
Oh. Hey, Michael Scott gift. Hey.
You guys are the best.
Kelp Pill came through with her $25 donation times 2. $50 Kelp Pill. That's so sweet. Thanks for tuning into my live stream. Hey, I hope you go live again. I had a lot of fun listening to your live stream yesterday. I hope you go again soon. Poop Frog Eddie, Random Itch, Scarlet.
Wait, Ryan Pack said, I did donate and eat me to you. What more do you want? I didn't see that. Sorry.
That's sweet. And again, all 100% of today's donations go to the Peg Mike Pence Foundation. Like I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna like go out of my way to like file all the necessary paperwork to start a nonprofit, so I can funnel and embezzle all the money through the Mike Pence needs to be pegged organization.
You would just like I would get pegged, but then you'd still just keep all the money for yourself.
Yeah. So what was the point of the fundraising?
Because people just want to see me get pegged and see me in misery. Wow, $50 Kelp Pill. Okay, so at least I get $25 from that. So thank you.
He gets nothing. That's not
I
true. I do owe him money already, so that's true. Yeah.
So this is all interest. So yeah. Actually, let's ask Kelp Pill. Kelp Pill, how much of that money, the $50, is mine?
Don't confuse her, because there's how much of that money should go to you versus how much of that money should go to your foundation for you to get pegged. It's confusing. Let's just assume, you know what? I'm going to recirculate that money back into the TCAP community and donate to various live streams. I think that we should all continue to do that. We should all support each other. We're
just passing money around to each other.
We're all just passing the same $20 donation around, like just over and over and over again. The $50 is nice. So
it just never changes.
Appreciate
like it never goes.
There's a small up and coming creator called Joran Comedy who really needs our support.
It's just we need to support the up and comers.
Thank you, Kelp. Just straight up, thank you. 100% goes to Harriet. If it was up to her, I'd spend all that money on tuna and cat treats. I'll do that. That's fair.
No problem.
Just not Wendy's. God, what a miserable looking brown bag. Is there even a Wendy's logo on it?
He took it off.
How you doing?
Hi.
He took it out of the Wendy's bag, put it into an unbranded. He's like, well, if I'm going to be on Dateline and TV, I don't want them to pay for the licensing to use the logo. I better put it in a nameless blank paper bag. Jordan will come on my coupons. He better not. Those are my coupons. My coupons. What's that guy up to? Jordan, if you're out there, Jordan, if you are listening to this stream and you're like, maybe they moved on, maybe this community moves on, maybe I can finally like get back into listening to TCAP content and get back into the community. If you're listening to this point in this video particularly, I want you to downvote the video and leave me a comment of your social security number.
Where have a seat, please. On the stool.
Then I'll know it's you. Then I'll reach out to you.
Do it. What you got in the bag there?
My camera.
Camera. And what were you planning on taking pictures of tonight?
She just wanted some pictures for her profile.
This is the man who, this is the one thing that me and Victor have in common is like the master of like putting on the facade of confidence to something you have to bullshit your way through. And what I mean is, like, when we have that kind, it's like, this is me during every book report I ever gave in, like, middle school and high school. It's like, yes, I read the book. Like, I read the pack. After, like, hours of, like, just looking at Spark Notes and, like, not reading the book. It's like, yes, Of Mice and Men was very interesting. I really appreciated the dichotomy, the display of difference between the mice and the men. Personally, I thought that was a good use by the author, and really, yeah.
I questioned the setting of it, though. That's the biggest hang-up I had, was the setting. Do we really need to have it in the barn? Like, it's just, you're just going a long time.
So in conclusion, was the Gatsby really great? No. Did you read the book? Of course I did. Yeah, of course I did.
It's just like a Romeo and Juliet. It's like,
yeah.
So do they have to kill themselves? It's like, did you read anything else? Yes, but I'm so at this point of, do they need to kill themselves? It's like, no, we're talking about, like, the middle act. Yeah, but I just got so distracted by it. I just kept reading the book.
I was really blown away by Julius Caesar's presence in the third act of the play. It's like, all right, well, you definitely didn't read it then. No, I just can't believe that he did what he did at the end. It was really inspiring, and you know, we live in a society.
Her profile. And who is she? I would say Beth.
Beth. And show me the camera that you brought with you.
If I could go back in time, I would just give all my book reports as, like, a really stupid, like, Joker knockoff.
We
live in a society with rules.
I'm trying to think, like,
I'm the Joker, baby.
Huckleberry Finn, Scarlet, to kill him. It's like, we live in a society where we kill our mockingbirds.
We kill our mockingbirds.
Yeah. I read To Kill a Mockingbird, and I personally found that the most interesting part of the book was when they killed the mockingbird.
You want to know how they killed the mockingbird?
What? You kill one mockingbird, and everyone loses their minds.
You blame a black guy for the death.
Or was it death or rape?
He goes like, you kill a truck full of soldiers blows up, or a gangbanger dies, and that's fine. That's all part of the plan. But you kill one little old mockingbird, and everyone loses their minds.
It's like, so was it Atticus Finch? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it Boo Radley? I killed him too.
Introduce a great Gatsby into the world.
Go ahead, put it right on the counter, right?
Off the rails.
Is it getting hot in here? Because it feels like it's 451 degrees Fahrenheit in here. Fahrenheit 450. I never actually read that book, so sorry.
I did.
Here he goes. Here's Victor Wells when he leaves. You know what he goes out into? A brave new world. That's right.
Did you read that?
You know what they were. You know what they were going. I did. Yes. You know what they were in pursuit of? Little women, not pretty woman. Little women.
Literally, little women.
Yeah.
Bring anything else besides the camera?
No.
What's in that bag then?
Oh, Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
So you brought Wendy's, a camera, and what do you have over there behind it?
That's just Mike's.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Right.
That's an alcoholic beverage.
It's Mike.
Right.
Mike's Hard Cock.
What is your name?
My name's Victor.
Kidding.
Victor
Wells.
Wells. And Victor, how old are you?
I'm 49.
49. And you were here to see Beth.
Right.
And how old is Beth?
I'm guessing she's older than 12.
You're guessing.
Well, yeah.
Well, why?
My streetcar's outside. I can prove that to you, Michael Mendoza. That's funny. Anybody got any other good high school English literature predator puns we can hear? Be great.
How would you guess that, which you told you
Because
emphatically
it's-
and so many times?
Because I didn't believe her.
Why wouldn't you believe her?
Believe, Victor. You just gotta believe.
Because what?
Papa's. Everybody who likes to point out logos. You got a Papa's hat. Papa's Pizza, I imagine. I imagine it's
Is that what it
pizzeria.
is?
I don't know. It was like, come on down to real, authentic Italian Papa's dialysis. We'll clean your blood. We'll clean your liver. We'll clean it all. Come on down to Papa's Oncology. We'll treat your cancer.
Jim Roush is like the guy in the background, like getting treated. You know, like they have stock footage of like, it's like, welcome to Papa's dialysis. While we take care of our patients so well, and they just have like a B-roll of like Jim Roush sitting there, like just creeping out while the nurses. Just has his hands on the stomach, just passed out. They're trying to wake him up. They wake him up and he's like, oh. But no, I really love my job.
So what's the story on me, guys? Yeah.
The chat room on Yahoo and do this.
Did you look at her profile picture?
Well, just like a lot of other 18-year-olds and above, you know. And
18-year-olds and above.
Specific. He's like, that's the one thing.
He's very
so specific.
rehearsed. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yes, this is me in every book report. I Google like real quick. I look up, I look up The Great Gatsby, and I look up like 3 notable things from the book, and to go. Well, you notice that the book was sent. Took place in the 1920s. That's something you have to consider. When does it even? Am I an idiot? When does The Great Gatsby take place?
In the 30s.
The 30s or the 20s? Set 1922.
Okay,
it was set in the which in America was known as the Roaring '20s at the time, because the economy and it's something you have to consider in American literature. When you set something in the past, and when you write a book about it, your characters are gonna, etc.
But she didn't give you the Great Gatsby didn't give you indication one way or another. Well, I don't, if I read the words, I don't believe them. Anyone could write in this book. It's just
Church of Cod story. What's going on? People are upset that the Church of Cod story documentary is taking so long. Some of you weren't around to remember that Contraland was supposed to be a big thing, so get used to waiting. Contraland. I totally forgot about that. That was supposed to be like a big Netflix documentary. I don't think it got really ever.
Contraland.
Do you remember that? Like, Craig's the Sawman Sawyer. Yeah, what's he up to? Nah, Church of Cod is like so great. He actually works very hard. We're gonna have our documentary coming out soon.
That's you're doing it with that person.
This person? Yeah, Church of Cod story. He's like the mastermind behind it.
Is he in the?
He's in the chat. You just popped in.
No, is it Never mind.
Is he a virgin? Yes. No.
You're telling me that the picture looked to be 18.
No, I assumed it was a fake one.
A fake.
Let's rewind 10 seconds.
Well, just like a lot of other 18-year-olds and above, and
You're telling me that the picture.
Okay, 18-year-olds and above. So, like, I thought I was talking to, all those other accounts that were 18-year-old.
It's so stupidly specific. No, 18 and above.
Then I said, it's that huge that women love to go online and post photos of 12-year-olds when they're actually 39.
Because that's how they get hot old men like Victor Wells.
The fuck is Church of Cod story? I don't know. He came looking for me in the stream with the channel.
Now, why would you think that?
Because a lot of people on the chat rooms do that.
But I'm confused. If somebody
He's somewhere between like a 10-year-old and like a 60-year-old. Like if I used like some sort of AI software to morph and blend a 10-year-old child with like a 60-year-old man, this is what it would generate.
He just looks kind of like
like an old young man.
Like a Disney movie where it's like, I wish I was an adult for a day, and then it's like, and it's like of all the adults that you could be transformed into, you're just a transformed.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever watch Fairly Odd Parents?
Mm-hmm.
In like one of the first seasons when he like wishes he was a grown up and he turns into like this old fat balding man. That's who this guy is. Yeah, that's what he looks like.
This is Timmy Turner
that
in
body.
Real life as his wishes made.
Let's see if I can find.
And it's like if any day that he wished for it, it's like it was the day that he got caught on To Catch a Predator. So what 12-year-old girl would be doing this?
Oh, good lord. Yeah, I got it.
Because what 12-year-old girl would be doing this?
Here it is. Okay, so this is... That's great. That's him.
You know what the most mind-blowing episode of that show was? That like took me till I was an adult to realize how fucking like real it was. I think we talked about this before. But do you remember the one episode where like Timmy Turner like actually was like, excuse me, I'm fucking losing my voice. He like wanted like equality amongst everybody because like the dentist character and the kid were dicks. So he was like, I wish everybody was.
Blobs, yeah.
And then like the dentist and the kid were still like, but we're the greatest of the blobs, so we're better.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you're like, oh, that doesn't mean shit. And then you're gonna adult, you're like, wait a second, holy shit. Just like, it's like people will still always fucking find a way to be dicks. I don't know.
The greatest and the blobbiest.
The greatest. Just shut me up.
No, I don't believe it because I'm an adult chat room.
I don't believe 12-year-olds are real. That's not true. I've never met a child.
But there's nothing to stop them from going into that chat room.
Here it comes.
I think there's an age requirement.
Yes, but it's not enforced, is what I'm saying. Why would you even mess around with somebody who said they were...
All right, Chris, why don't you throw your hands around a little more?
Because I wouldn't think you were.
Again, you're not giving me a good reason why you wouldn't think that if somebody tells you over and over again they're 12 and has a picture in their profile that is unmistakable.
Because a lot of people lie on their profiles.
See, what he's almost done is almost come up with an excuse, right? And Chris is going to call him out on it and go, well, like, like, if you think so many people lie on their profile, why would you even engage with somebody, let alone somebody who says that they're 12? And he's like, well, I don't know what they're really, I have no indication.
Why would you go? Yeah, it's like, why would, it's like, if you thought they were lying to you, why would you go through all this?
I'm really looking for a woman who I've never met before in person who exists in Yahoo chat rooms that says they're 12 years old when they're actually 30. That's my ideal woman. And I love when they go the extra mile to put a photo of an actual 12-year-old in their profile picture. That's great. That really does it for me.
That's what I like to do because I know that she's lying because she loves me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You start out in your chat log saying that you're a little bit concerned because she's so young. A little young for this room. Or you're a cop trying to hook others, or a parent setting up others. Just asking if you're 12 or an adult.
If she says no, she's not, I assume she isn't.
Just asking if you're 12 or an adult acting as 12. I already told you. I said I'm 12. And also, if I saw your profile and age asking to view my camera, I would have to say no. You're sort of concerned at first.
Well, I was still concerned, and I just wanted to bring her the lunch and take a couple of pictures for her.
Isn't it like 11 o'clock at night? How dark it is out. I just wanted to bring her lunch. It's like, it's 3:30 in the morning.
That's like, it's crazy you don't think about it. It's like, yeah, the time of day is even more of an indicator, especially when these fuckers come out at such weird hours. Mm-hmm. It's like, could you ever imagine just being like, some girl's like, yeah, we just come over at like 2 a.m. in the morning. It's like, oh yeah, I'll bring you some Wendy's and we can just, hang out and talk and kick back and relax. It's like, no.
Yeah, 2 a.m. That sounds like a pretty good time to meet up for a first date. Yeah. Got another hottie.
Hermana's cute.
If her mom was cute.
Why? Why would you ask that? You try to score with the mom and the daughter at the same time?
Who's notorious for doing that too? Who's notorious for doing that?
Jim Roush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's in the call. It's in the call. You hate the call.
Two women. You could have two women.
No. Because he was asking like, "Oh, is your mother there?" He's like, "No, she's at work." "Oh, hell, maybe your mother wants to see me too." She's like, "No, she's not here." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah. Is your mom? What if she's like, "Yeah"? He's like, "Great, put her on. Give her my number. Fuck you, bitch."
Well, it's crazy. Some of these dudes actually have that weird fantasy. He probably does have that fantasy. It's fucking dangerous and disgusting. Like, I'll pretend to be your mom's boyfriend.
I would say a percentage of guy, like, you probably in your real life know some weird guy that was like, I once had a mother-daughter combination. Like somebody's got a story like that. And I'm going to bet that 50% of the time, that's not really the case. It's probably more like they were all drunk and it was just like an older and a younger girl and y'all had sloppy drunk sex or something. Like, how are you gonna like verify that? Just doesn't sound like a real thing that happens. But it's just like, I know somebody, at least one person in real life who's like, yeah, we had the mother-daughter combo.
You do?
Yeah, but he's like a 65-year-old man. Like, he's like an old, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, back, he's like a Jim Rout. He's like, oh yeah, back when I was playing, I was a musician. He's like, oh yeah. Got a crazy story about a mother and a daughter.
Well, it's just chant.
So you don't want to. You at first tell her she shouldn't be on the computer and getting herself in trouble at the age of 12.
As if people really have sex before marriage, huh?
Well, I don't.
I certainly don't. Those guys are sick.
You have kids?
This is so
I've got a
sick.
28-year-old son and a 19-year-old daughter.
How fucking old are you?
He's 48 in 2005.
Now, if you had younger kids, would you be comfortable with a grown adult?
Yes.
Adult coming into the home where one of the children was home alone? If that child was gone?
No, I understand what you're saying.
So why is that okay
Scarlet.
for you to do it?
I really don't have a good answer. It's just bad judgment on my part.
He kind of just gave up on his whole argument there, didn't he?
What did he say?
Why would you do that? You go, oh, so like, I guess that's bad judgment on my part
I really
here.
don't have a good answer. It's just bad judgment on my part.
It's like, oh, I made a bad decision.
So what's the bad judgment? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Are you admitting to her being 12, or are you admitting to, like, what are you admitting to? Talks in circles.
Nothing. He's just
Like I said, I'm thinking, she's older than, 18, and
He's older than the legal cutoff, you know?
You know, just bad judgment.
So convenient.
That followed both of us then at that time.
But you acknowledge over and over again that she's 12. You're
Just
concerned
a-
about it. What are you doing on the internet?
Just a role play, just a fantasy thing. That's all that was.
Again, super weird. Does not at all put me or anybody else at ease of going like, oh, you were only sexually pretending to in order to climax and masturbate on your end to get your sexual pleasure that the person you were chatting with was 12 years old. That was only a fantasy of yours. You only pretended that she was 12 years old. But yeah. That is your idea of a sexual fantasy. I get you.
Yeah, but he also shows up. So it's like you're already.
Oh yeah.
Like you show up.
Just a role play.
So it's not internet anymore.
It's all role play.
I assume that's what's going on here.
But how can you assume that?
Because it's.
What evidence did she give you that in fact she was not 12 years old?
She gave me no evidence of either way.
Then how?
Chris is about to. In Chris's brain, it's like doing that like dial-up sound, like, and then finally, you got mail.
She said over and over again that she was 12.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of it. You stupid fuck. Stupid fuck.
That. Just.
I have the chat logs.
I understand. I see that. I see that.
So after your
Poop Frog, you're really gonna make fun of the way this guy looks right now? It's because he's more handsome than all of us. The way that he wears that hat so sexily.
Dude, so I'm like reading his chat log, and so like
he's completely
he comes
innocent.
over. Yeah, everything is innocent. So it looks like they're gonna be over. He's gonna be at the house around like 6 o'clock.
It's like California though. It's pitch
Yeah,
black
but
out.
But it's December. But that still doesn't make sense.
you're all concerned about her being 12, your tone shifts, and you talk about
shifts.
Personal things.
Personal things. You ask her if she's looking for some company for the weekend.
For the weekend.
I'm just realizing he's not trying to like be intimidating or like he's not trying to do any I mean he is trying to lie, right? Like he's aware of what he's doing. He's trying to lie his way, but he's not trying to like over intimidate Chris Hansen. He's like now he's starting to just like answer his questions. I don't think he's.
He's like on a different like level of just like comprehension. He's just playing stupid / like.
He's playing stupid
like,
/ smart / completely ignorant / totally aware of what's going on. You know.
He has a weird combination of everything, and it's just like. Sometimes it flusters Chris, but for the most part, he just sounds stupid.
Mm-hmm. Abused hyena. What's
I
going
don't
on?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I was gonna say like. Do you think that he like in Victor Wells' mind that he believes that Chris has read all of the chat log?
At this
like
point,
verbatim.
I would say yeah. But he doesn't even remember how graphic his own chat was.
That's true.
I believe that. I believe he's like, well, we talked about sex. He's forgetting the parts where he goes, gosh, you're only 12 years old? That's pretty young. So, something like that.
Wink nod.
Looking for some company.
Wink nod, yeah.
For the weekend. Maybe some for today. You say, nah, too bad you're not older. Well, you could come see me, but I want to know you better first. And I would never visit at your house either. Little young for sex, aren't you? Then it changes a little. You say, would even consider bringing you here, maybe, to your home. If I knew you better. Maybe you pick me up one day. On a day my daughter will be gone all day. And you talk about her being in the pool. If it was summer, I could take some pictures of you with the bathing suit on in the pool. You talk about how it might be cold now. You'd have to help her warm it up.
Like I said, it's just all fantasy type play in there, sir.
Would anyone miss you for a few hours?
That's creepy.
It's all just fantasy type role play.
Whole chat, the whole thing is creepy.
How does a man that's his 48 is like, who? This girl says she's 12.
How's there still more than 5 minutes of this video left?
Because he keeps sticking around.
I'll take a few more seconds of him sticking around, then we'll call it a night.
Okay, that's fine.
It sounds like you wanted to take this fantasy to the next level and make it reality.
Let's grab the beer. I'll be right back.
All right.
And you bring this up. You say, so sometimes I wonder if they are for real or adults trying to pass as kids. She says, that's weird. Well, sometimes there are cops passing as kids on here also. Not sure if I have ever met one or not.
You're so hyper aware that there's this huge catfishing conspiracy going on that people are posing as exactly the type of person that you're having a communication chat with, and you're gonna go, "You're not a cop, are you?" And they go, "No," and that's enough for him.
You're not one, are you? Yeah.
No.
Then you go on to say, are you interested in sexual things?
Are you interested in sexual things? What if she said no? Would you back down? No, not really. None of that is appealing to me. Oh, well, here's my penis.
I've done a little. You ask her what she's done. You talk about how excited you get. You try to send her a picture.
Yes.
What was that picture?
A personal part.
A person.
That's a pretty good de-escalating way of referring to a penis picture.
Yes.
Now, do you know that it is...
Abuse hyena. That's a great... Yeah. Who the hell... What kind of sick pervert would be interested in sexual things? Am I going to stream with you, Kelpill? What would even be worthy of a Kelpill Heisenberg stream? What monumental, what stars would need to align for that to happen? Not a whole lot, but I think we would have to find something that we're both very excited about. I feel like that'd be pretty easy. I feel like we'd find something good. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this stream, by the way, Mike Pence threw a link to his channel. I was just going to say, I threw a link to your channel in the description. I would very much like for you all to make sure that you are not subscribed to him and are going to download any videos that come out. He banned me from everything. I can't even... It's amazing that I'm even able to have this conversation with him. He's probably going to boot or ban me from this call pretty soon. But yeah.
You got banned last night. You got banned last night on...
Yeah, what the hell, Melina?
No, that was Clobber.
It was Clobber.
Clobber did the same thing to me.
He really, yeah. He's drunk with power.
Fucking bully.
I was assuming she was of age.
She said nothing.
Abuse hyena. That's fantastic. Happy to hear it.
I understand, but I'm guessing it's all, role chatting.
All what?
Role
playing.
Right.
Then you say...
ban.
Stop banning people. Nobody wants to watch a Heisenberg stream. They're going to get banned by Mike Pence. It's an honor, really.
Well, Kelpill is saying, I want to stream with Heisenberg, but not Mike Pence, because...
It's a role streaming thing.
Nice to have your hand wrapped around it. And you get into some other details that are pretty...
Alright, this guy's kind of boring me. We've got a couple of good, exciting guys lined up. We're going to definitely do this again. Probably later this week. If not Monday. Yeah, we seem to be getting into the Monday habit. So
How about live stream on Monday?
Your live stream on Monday.
I don't know what my rest of my week looks like, to be honest. Like, it's kind of up in the air. There's people in town. And then I have some other things I had to do.
Are you telling me that there's people in your town right now? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well...
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, Mike Pence.
You heard it here first, guys. My life has been threatened. You know.
That's a promise. That's not a threat. That's a promise.
Okay, so I mean, I guess I have to ban
I'm gonna
everybody.
pay you. I'm gonna pay you the $1.90 that I owe you, $1.99, and then I'm gonna kill you. I should probably not say all of those words in that name out loud because that's a former vice president, and somebody's probably listening to this conversation right now. So.
Oh, I'm gonna go back and download this and then put.
I'll just use your real. I'll say your real name and address right now.
Honestly,
just to avoid the.
You could, yeah, you should. Honestly, I mean, you know where I live, so it's fine.
All right, of course. Yeah, thank you everybody who tuned in. By the way, I appreciate it. And everybody who donated. Calpill, that was very generous of you. I appreciate it. Once I find a way to set up the necessary paperwork and to start the Mike Pence Pegging Foundation for peggers.
Who's gonna be the unfortunate one to have to peg me? Because that means you have to like be in the same room as me.
I imagine there's quite a list of people that would be willing to fulfill that role. Who would be the most unpleasant for you? Jim Roush, because you know that like he wouldn't be enjoying it. It's like you get to meet your idol, and he's like, and you both got to go through with this. It's like, oh,
he's
this
like,
is
God,
just...
this is gross. No, it has to be. No, I'm not. I'm saying it facetious. I'm not trying to say facetious. It has to be female because that's pegging.
If you fill
like,
my butt with dick.
With Roush. But no, if it's a dude, it's not pegging. It's just like man-on-man intercourse. But if it's a female,
Tell you what. Let's do both just to be safe.
Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
All right. Tune in next time for post pegging Mike Pence. I will promise this happens. All right. Love everybody who's here. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.